Well, it's Saturday, I think it's the 29th, just check, 29th of January 2022, and we've come up into the Tramontana, we've come up into Soller. We're just heading towards the town of Soller, where we're going to first because there's a market there, and as you've just seen, there is a bus service here from Palma. We've driven here and we just parked the car, $2.50 for a couple of hours, 2 or 3 hours, so that's not too expensive, and it's a short walk now into the middle of the town.
And it's freezing cold.
It is very cold. So it's a little short walk, about 5 or 10 minutes from the car park where we've parked, which is the first car park that we came to. There are other car parks, but being market day, I'd anticipate that they're probably full. But parking out there gives us the opportunity to walk through some of these narrow back streets, which anywhere in Mallorca are fascinating. And I can't get over how cold it is.
Christmas lights still up.
Christmas lights are still up, yes, as we've seen in many places. There's a real chill in the air, which we didn't notice in Palma, where we live. And I'm looking for a pharmacy, a chemist shop, because they normally have thermometers outside so we can actually see what the temperature is. Pretty cool. This is a nice little pedestrian street for us to approach the market. When you're looking for the market, the thing you're actually looking for is the church, which is over to our left at the moment. We could have gone down that road, we'll go to the next one because this is a nice little alley to walk up and down. Luna's taking a ride from her sister. And she's got the flower in her hair from Adolfo. These electric scooters have become very popular as a way of getting around, and you can see that something like this alley is perfect to get around. The rules are changing, safety aspects, and people who are riding them are going to have to wear helmets very soon. And just as everyone on a bicycle, a push bike, will have to wear an helmet very soon. At the moment it was interurbana, which means going in between towns and villages was where you had to wear them. But now it's going to be everywhere. And everybody, I presume. So we're just entering now the business quarter. Let's see a few shops open. And then just at the bottom of the street here, we'll get to the market. We do still have our COVID restrictions in that outside we have to wear a mask. So you'll see people wearing masks. One of the things about wearing a mask and wearing glasses is that your glasses steam up. A little solution to that I've just done is to put some washing up liquid, just a tiniest drop of washing up liquid on your glasses, just on both sides. Rub it in and then I just wipe it off with a handkerchief, and that pretty much stops the condensation from forming for quite a while. So we stop steaming up. Doesn't make it any warmer though. Oh, and I've got a pharmacy here in front of me which has got a green cross. That's how you recognise the pharmacies here, and it says it's 10 degrees Celsius, and that one's in the sun. So my guess is it's a little bit less than 10 degrees Celsius. This cafe here is all the terrace is in the shade. So it's pretty cold, so there's not many people sitting there yet. People will be sitting, and there's at least a little bit of sunshine. So we're in the main square. So yeah, and the tram lines come through here, so we have to watch our step as far as that's concerned. Cheese and sobrasada and churritos. I've lost the family already. Next to the olives, the things that I like. What we did notice yesterday, and I'm beginning to notice already here, because it's so cold, there's a lot of condensation. And we went down to Son Caliu, which is next to Palma yesterday, and places that had been in the shade all day. We were there at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, 5 o'clock in the afternoon, and they were still wet. You can see that this square is all wet with condensation. And it's not going to get a lot of sun. We're outside of the Ayuntamiento, which is next to the church. Some areas cordoned off there, cordoned off I think because that's where the tram goes. And the family just behind me. Luna's eating her crisps.
11 degrees it says in front.
When we were last here, I can't remember when that was, I should have looked before we came. It was quite a while ago, I think it was summer. There were a lot more stalls, much fewer stalls. Anita's just going to the Onte station here where she can buy a lottery ticket and make our fortune. And flower stall, she always likes the flower stall. We're heading up now towards the railway station, and one way that tourists often come to Soyer is by train, and it is a pretty journey. There is a special one which is specifically, well there used to be, we have to check, one that was specifically for tourists. And because it's specifically for tourists, as it just before it enters Soyer, it's still up in the mountains and has to wind its way down. We've actually stopped to allow the tourists to get off and to take photographs looking down onto the village of Soyer. So it's quite a different sort of journey. If you don't get on that one, you'll get on a journey, the same train, but it doesn't stop there, and it just comes trundling on down. It has been out of operation for much of the pandemic, if not all of the pandemic. I may have actually started up at some point, but the pandemic made it really difficult for them to operate. He's here putting some cones out.
No, ya, claro, claro. No nos hacen caso nosotros.
Leave them to it. We're just heading towards the railway station, which looks to me to be completely closed up, so I'm guessing it's still not operational. And I'm sure some of the locals will, if they watch the video, might write in the comments below and tell you what's going on here. I haven't seen anything in the news recently, but we will go up. I will walk you up to the railway station, and some yellow barriers there indicating that some work may be going on. We are of course out of season. It's the end of January, it's freezing cold, so my guess is there's not many tourists around. What we do have here though are the tracks. These are the tracks not for the train, but for the tram that will take you down if you want to go to the port of Soyer. So here you can actually get on the tram, and if you're familiar with the trams in San Francisco, Yep, it's exactly the same. It's exactly the same tram as you get in San Francisco. And in front of us there we've got the railway station, which is where you would come out if you'd caught the train. And if you want to get the train back into Palma, that's where you go again. So at the moment, you either do it under your own steam, or you get the bus. And as we saw as we came in, there is a regular bus route. I'm just coming up to one of these trams. It's not actually one that moves. I didn't notice this before. There's just some sort of an office here. Trams are more open than that one, that go down to the port, and so you can actually see out. And as you're going past, you go past orange groves. If you stretch your arm out long enough, you can pick an orange. You're just noticing that we've lost Anita. She's busy buying a lottery ticket. She's walking up, she's coming round. No, Anita didn't really get lost. Luna's found her. So the tram there is actually being used as an information point. Not open yet. It's quite early. It's actually only 10:30 in the morning, so it's still very cold. The sun's not managed to warm anything up yet, and not been able to remove any of the condensation. So we just walked up towards the railway station. Now we're walking back down towards the church. So what we're looking at here now is just the back of the church. See all the tables and chairs outside the bars. Last time I was here, I went for a beer with my friend John, and we sat inside one of these. I seem to remember there was a football match on. Maybe a bit early for the trams to start running. I'm not sure if they do run. Again, we'll wait and see perhaps. We will later on, and in a separate video, be going down to the port and have a look around there, and probably have a bite to eat in the port. Find somewhere suitable for lunch. So to go past, on the right we've got the church, on the left we've got the town hall and the police station. We've got the police cars and the police bikes. So this is the steps here go up the church, which was open last time we came. We did have a little walk around. I'm sure it's open today. It is an impressive church. Just come a little bit further away into the square. Take a look around. Definitely done something a little bit different with the stone here. Up the steps. Who's taking me up the steps? Yeah. Yeah. And what they've done with the church there, they've carried on next door with the bank, which at the top in the stone says it's the Bank of Soyer. It's now part of Santander Group. Be careful, Luna wants to walk on the wall. Oh, and Anita's taking over the video. It's all on, darling.
Wow.
for a change. Grandad's going to be on the video. Oh, be careful here.
Pretty in their pink.
You going up more?
Pretty in their pink, aren't they, today? Grandad and... Wow, Luna! Very good. Nana's in control. Should we stop here and have a drink?
Find a dry table. They're all covered in condensation. Come on, you going to jump?
Wow!
Right, just a second. My mask has jumped off.
Luna's enjoying her crisps.
So, do we think it's coffee time?
Yes, feed
Or do you want to
time.
go for a little bit more walking? Coffee or walk?
Coffee then walk.
Coffee then walk. Okay, we're going to search for somewhere to have coffee that is dry. Anita's made the decision. We're going into Circulo Solarenes. So we found a bar where we could have a coffee. Luna's got her pineapple juice, and Serena and I are having toast with tomatoes. It's very typical here in Mallorca in Spain, and we've got the daily bulletin, so perfect little breakfast.
Caliente.
And lacao caliente. Lacao is a particular type of chocolate drink that you get in Mallorca, and caliente is hot, so it's a hot chocolate with breakfast. Okay, that'll do. Cheers, everyone.
Cheers.
That was a nice stop for coffee and a little toast. I really do enjoy that toast with the mashed up tomatoes. It's really quite a very traditional sort of Spanish thing to do. And I've just come to stand in the square because it's where the sun is shining. And Serena did notice that there was one of the thermometers here which was reading just 8 degrees, so that was one in the shade, so you can tell how cool it is up here in the mountains. It's quite a lot colder than it is down in Palma. We're going to have a little walk down the main shopping street. Not so many market stalls that we've seen at the moment. We're going to have a little walk down towards the indoor market later on. But now we're going to look at the commercial area, which is just a little shopping street just in front of us right now. So the sign at the top of the road there, the little street, says Centre Comercial, commercial centre, and it's a street that Anita particularly likes. Lots of the nice little shops down here. It's pedestrianised, so it's safe to walk. And in the past, Anita, being Anita, has been into many of the shops and buys different things. See some things which are typical, some sobrasadas in the butchers.
Oh, look at the pig there. Hello, little pig. Is he a big pig or a little pig? Hello, pig. Hello, pig.
It's nice to see how the shops put their wares out actually into the street as well. Some of the markets we've been to, we've actually seen people making these baskets. I don't know why, but I'm always fascinated by knives. And Swiss Army knives. So, a selection of Swiss Army knives down there. Just feeling in my pocket. See, I have my own Swiss Army knife that I tend to carry around with me. And I do use it at school, some of the experiments, so I use it as a tool. It's a traditional hardware shop, which is referred to as a ferreteria. See, it's a little bit busier down here. Local people out doing their weekly shops or visiting the shops. It's a very pretty area there of clothes. Not for me, just pretty. Panaderia. Bakers. Busy there. People buying all sorts of bakery items. And hardware shops.
Consegui, señora.
Serena looking for books here in Spanish so that she can read them to Luna and Savannah. Pots and pans. One of my sort of shops here, photography shop. Changed over the years though, not a camera inside. Past another pharmacy which has got its green light and it's flashing. Can't see a temperature on there at the moment now. So again we've gone into the shade, so it feels rather chilly. It's a really pretty street to walk down. All these little alleys off it.
Pero los demás todo bien, la niña no tuvo
Vegetables.
nada, Aina no tuvo nada. Pero están encerradas.
No, no tengo que far mides d'això. Que va secar i sabe que estic
Trams in this shop here. Look at the ants. Woo! Little ants.
A bit of sunshine here. Warm up for a while. The skies are blue. There's a little bit of a haze in the mountains. And obviously it's cold, so people have lit fires. So there are plumes of smoke rising from some of the buildings. Another panaderia, bakery. Typical coca, croissants, pies, ensaladas. And then it's sort of reached more or less the end now at the commercial areas. There are a few little shops down there. When we were in a different, we just arrived, we saw there was a water tap here, so here's another water tap. Here comes Luna, she's a little bit tired now. Savannah asleep? No, Savannah's not asleep. We lost Anita. She's nipped into a shop somewhere.
Wine.
And we're going to head back now and resume our look around the market area. Well, we've just come across a bodega, Can Ruby, and Can Ruby, or Ruby, is a wine that we've had many times before. And guess where Anita is? She's inside there talking. So there you go. Should be wanting one of those barrels next. Look, here's Nana with a bag. She's coming out of the bodega, and I guess she's got a bottle of wine.
I've got two.
Got 2 bottles of wine. Well, that'll keep us going for tonight. And we've made our way back into the square here, and you can see the tables have started to fill up as the sun's moved around a little bit and made the square a little bit warmer. People started to sit in the chairs and the tables and having their meriendas, mid-morning snacks and coffees. And as soon as you get into the sun, it sort of changes completely. So from being quite chilly, it's much warmer now. There are quite a few tourists around as well, I noticed. People were going off walking into the hills. It is a beautiful little town. There's a few more market stalls down here. Just that road leads down to the indoor market. And Anita was interested in getting some fruits and vegetables, which is one place we might be able to get them. Artisan type stalls. We quite often see it all these markets. We're having to walk over the railway tracks here, which are for the tram that goes down to the port. Come on, Serrano. I had some of that the other day, really tasty. And now I've got the sun on my back, it's feeling quite nice, warm. Definitely buzzing a little bit more around here with people. And now we've got some more market stalls down there. Something that's very popular here in Mallorca, and we've had them over the years, the spit roast chickens, and they do taste delicious. Anita and Serena are looking around the market, and I'll catch up with them. And then we'll go into the indoor market here, the municipal market, and have a look to see what they've got in the way of fruit and veg. What else they've got. Hello. think so, yeah. So this is the indoor market, and I seem to remember from being here before what a splendid array of fruit and vegetables. But it's like many places here, there has to be a bar, and the bar where you can get a drink, alcoholic or coffee. But just look at the array here we've got of fresh fruit and vegetables. Much of this will be local. There are obviously some imported things like the bananas, the artichokes, which I couldn't remember the name of, artichokes, which are very popular here in New York. People really love them, and I've tried cooking them, and I'm not very successful. I don't seem to do a very good job of it. But if I go to a restaurant and have it, I always enjoy it, but something I can't really do very well. It's beautiful red peppers and green peppers, aubergines, huge cabbage and cauliflower. And it doesn't come much fresher than this. Very popular at the moment. It's the right time of the year for the spring onions, which lead into leeks. So hopefully Anita's somewhere around, filling the bags with the fruit and vegetables that we'll be needing over the next few days. A few flowers here. Actually a fish market, really nice fish market before, but see this particular place with prawns.
Hola.
There are a few prawns today. Fish would have been caught locally. I'm seeing Anita approaching and she's looking. Have you bought anything yet? No. Right, we're going to investigate that and I'll catch up with you later. Well, Anita's got all that we require and we're now going to head back to the port and, head back to the car and then down to the port. So we're going to follow this road down to the left here. A little panaderia store there. I do enjoy the bread here now. Find some excellent bread. I thought we'd lost Anita again, but she's obviously been to buy some. What have you got there, dear?
Surely, it's quite expensive, €6.
What? €6? That's nearly €1 each. I'm sure they'll look very pretty when they come out. Right, we're going to head down, I think. This little alleyway here. Isn't this a pretty little alleyway to go with? There's Luna with us now.
Where are we going down
All
here?
the plants all outside, looked after by the residents here. And we're heading in the direction of our car. What's happened there? I do make most of the videos into 360 and I have a separate channel for the 360 videos. So if you want to have a good look around, that's where you should be looking. Have a look at the 360 VR Steve and Anita in Mallorca. And there you'll get much more view because you can actually stop and look around, look up, look down, and you'll see everything that's going on. And for a street like this, you need to do it because you need to see all the doors and the lights and what's going on around you. It is really quite pretty. And so the 360 VR, virtual reality, is the way to do that. You don't need a VR headset to watch them. You can do it on your mobile phone, your tablet, your computer. You can even do it on your big flat screen TV now. And it allows you to have a look and see so much more. It might be a bit tricky the first time to get it all set up. Once you've got it all done, it's a doddle. Well, we're back at the bus terminus, which is where our car park is, and we've had a lovely time walking around the market of Soller.
And I bought some flowers and some wine. What more can I want?
Thanks very much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. We're going down to Porto Soller now, so if you look out for that one, that will be coming later. Bye for now.
Bye.